Hey everyone, this is Mr. Reese. I know a couple of you guys were not here a couple of days ago when we started socialization. So here's a little bit of a review for you guys. So when it comes to socialization, some of the things that you should probably know is the definition. Now, the definition of socialization is the process of learning to participate within a group or society. So to expand a little bit more on this, the way you can kind of remember this is how we learn how to interact with other people in our society and culture. Speaking of culture, this is actually how socialization occurs, is through something called cultural transmission. Cultural transmission is the whole process of transmitting your socializing factors and drives through the culture that you are in. So that's a little bit to help you out there. The big thing that I really want to emphasize, and I will keep emphasizing this throughout the whole entire unit, is that this is done throughout the whole entire life cycle, socialization, that is. So you don't just stop when you're 80 years old. You don't just stop when you exit high school. This is something that happens so on and so on throughout your whole entire life. To give you a little bit of an example, I had to be socialized to the region when I moved up here to teach all of you people about socialization and sociology. So, to help us understand socialization a little bit more, specifically when it comes to how we are socialized, is through an experiment called Harlow's Monkeys. Okay, this was in the 1960s. Now, to not take anybody's thunder, I'm going to embed a code for you to be able to watch this video. Now, after you watch this video, I would really appreciate you to spend some time um, to to actually go over this a little bit more. So please pause the video right now and go to the link. Okay, so hopefully you watched the video. And so, as you know, the cloth monkey was much more important than the physical monkey, the one that just had the food in it. Now, this is very, very important. This tells us a lot about the socialization process because we need love and comfort as humans, as monkeys. Not calling us monkeys, but you get the picture. So, this kind of goes and ties into our education because if you are one of those people that are going to go into education, you will notice that this will keep popping up. This is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The big thing with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs is that you have to have the bottom tier before you can keep going up the tiers. Now, this is very, very important to know about because it tells us a lot about how socialization and having that love and having that food is very, very important to our um, process of interacting with other people. So obviously, the first one is the physiological needs, where you need the water, you need the food, you need to be able to breathe, you need to be able to feel some sort of physiological um, needs. So the next one after that is our security. This is so that we feel safe, we have that family, we have all that information. So after that, obviously, is the family and friendships, the love and belonging. This is where you see a lot of people start to kind of thread away from the socialization process and kind of get off of the socialization process because of family and friendships, specifically in high school. 13 Reasons Why is a great example of this. Then obviously you go to self-esteem. You have to be able to be very respectful to people, to be able to have people understand that you love yourself and that you are able to function. And then you reach the top level, which is the self-actualization stage. This stage is the whole idea where you understand the creativity and the morality and the spontaneity, all those different things that we consider very, very good in our society. and you are able to reach there. Now, as you know, I have attached a couple of documents, and these documents are very, very important because what I want you to do is that to go over these different people and their upbringings and how they have really um, been socialized as humans. So, what I want you to do now is that I want you to read those 3 bios, and I want you to go through the checklist, starting with this one. Do they have the physiological needs? If they have a check mark, go up to the next stage. Do they have the security? Do they have the family? If they have a check mark, then you go to the family and the friendship. Check mark. Keep going up and up and up and see where they lie. So, the big thing is that I want you to get out of this is to understand how socialization actually affects our behavior and affects our upbringing and even today. So, pause the video, take a moment, and we'll come back. All right. As you guys have read, hopefully, you read about 3 different people, 3 very, very different upbringings. The first one is Fred Raleigh. So, Fred Raleigh, he had the physical needs or physiological needs. I'm sorry. He had all the steps up to the self actualization stage, which is very, very good for our society and very, very good for his socialization process. Now, as you probably figured out, um, these people kind of sound similar to many different famous people in society. Fred Raleigh is actually Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Became the president in 1932. And not 1932. Oh my God. I'll get back to you on the year. But as you know, he was a very, very good person. Led a country in Depression and World War II. Going on, we have Alex Haney. Now, Alex Haney, he was okay on the Richter scale. He didn't have the best relationships with his family. He did have the physiological needs. He did have the safety and security at times. So he's kind of halfway there. Now, you guys might have guessed him, but this is actually Adolf Hitler. Um, Adolf Hitler did rise to power, and he was considered a very, very, very big person when it comes to German history. Now, it's a bad part of German history, obviously, with the Holocaust, but he did rise to power, and he was loved. So, Abigail Washington. Now, she is kind of a person that really needs a lot of help. As you know, she didn't have the physiological needs at times. She didn't feel safe, obviously, with the molestation of her grandfather, possibly her father, and also the incestuous sexual relations with her brother. Now, Abigail Washington may have been some person in history that you guys might not know about. But if you're American Horror Story fans and you watched Hotel, you might notice a resemblance to this character over here. So, Abigail Washington is actually Eileen Wuornos, the most famous female serial killer in the United States history. She killed over 20 truck drivers in her time. She is currently dead from the lethal injection, but obviously, she had some very, very big issues when it comes to her socialization process. So, that is our lesson that we covered on Wednesday. So, if you have any questions, just please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you out. So, hopefully, you found this very, very insightful. I know I'm not that very entertaining, but it's something for you guys. So, that being said, I will be seeing you guys later.